In this video, we will learn about properties of materials and their grouping. Now we know that the objects that we use on a daily basis can be made up of same material or made up of different materials. Now different materials have different type of property. That means their physical property, chemical property, the way they look, color, everything can be different. Now these properties help us to decide which material should be used to make what object. In order to choose a material to make an object, we need to keep the following in mind. One is the purpose for which the object is to be used. Second, the property of the material. Now, if I am producing or making any material which can hold water, now I want to store the water. That is the purpose of the object. Now, this is the motive or the purpose. Now, the property should be in such a way that water will not spill. Now, if I give you an option between cloth, glass, which one would be better suited to store water? Obviously, it will be a glass tumbler or a container. Because if you store water in cloth, there are tiny pores in the cloth and water will drip away. So the purpose will decide which material or which property of a material can be used to make sure that object has the or object serves the purpose. Now let us understand this more clearly. We know that most cooking vessels are made up of either aluminium or steel and not of paper or cloth. So this is because aluminium and steel let the heat pass through them easily and the food gets cooked very quickly. So it's a good conductor of heat. Now if we see paper and cloth, they catch fire easily and they burn. So they themselves will get burned and get exhausted when heated. So any substance that is inside a paper or a cloth will not be able to get cooked. Now if we take a guess of other things like wood will not be used to make tires of a car because you will not be able to inflate or deflate. So it will not have the ability to form the tire or the car to run on a road. Now rubber is used to make electric wires? No, never. So because it's a bad conductor of heat and electricity. So that is why rubber is used to make tires. Now if we see, we have learned that objects can be grouped on basis of their materials or shapes. Now let us understand in detail about how to group objects based on various properties. First property is appearance, that is whether an object is lustrous or non-lustrous. That is it shiny or is it a dull? So example, steel, vessels, container are very shiny, diamond is shiny. So other objects like wood is not lustrous in nature. Second is texture. Texture can be smooth or rough. Smooth as in to touch, is it very smooth? Does it feel very good? Like if I take silk cloth, that is smooth. But if I take woolen cloth, that's a rough surface. Next we come to hardness. So whether the substance is hard or soft. Now if I take wood is hard, whereas soft will be cotton. Next property, solubility, that is whether they can be soluble or dissolvable in water or insoluble. Example, our salt is soluble in water, whereas if I take a diamond, it's insoluble in water. So this property helps us to make objects out of them. Then ability to float or sink. Does it float on top of water? Example, our dry leaves or a paper. Does it sink in water? Example, crystals which are heavier. Next comes transparency, that is whether you can see through the object or not. Like transparent, translucent or opaque. Next is based on mass and volume. Are they heavy, light, do they occupy more volume or less volume, and so on. We will discuss all the properties in detail. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.